Hello bandits! Thanks to the folks at Techland, I've been spending the last week or so looking over their latest DLC for Dying Light 2 with Bloody Ties. Bloody Ties brings a whole new world of hurt to the already pretty expansive Dying Light 2. In this story-driven DLC, you'll enter the world of Carnage Hall, essentially the Colosseum of the Apocalypse. You'll work to rise through the ranks to topple the crooked king of Carnage Hall and take the crown for yourself. To do so, you'll have to first pass a number of tough challenges before even being able to set foot in the hall itself. Once you are, you'll then get to choose between 4 different trial options to earn your fame, earning respect points and moving up the leaderboard. It is definitely worth levelling up before tackling Bloody Ties too much, as it's definitely designed for players who have spent a lot of time with the Dying Light 2 base game. Bloody Ties takes its age ratings from the base game of Dying Light 2, rated by PEGI at 18 and above and by the ESRB as a mature 17+. Dying Light is a brutal game and it's packed to the top with blood, violence, gore, bad language and a hefty scoop of fear. With dismemberment aplenty, language including the C-bomb and some terrifying chases over the city rooftops, this is one which we're rating as adults only. Dying Light itself was never hugely easy, and the Bloody Ties expansion will really test your mettle with tough and often time-based challenges in the arena. As well as having some pretty fiddly controls, it's been designed to give Dying Light completionists more to get their teeth stuck into, and while it certainly manages that, this means it picks up a tricky rating of 3 out of 5 for accessibility. And with that stacked up, onto the rundown, our 5-point rating for Bloody Ties. Gameplay 3 out of 5. While it certainly adds time to your experience, Bloody Ties doesn't do too much to change up the gameplay within Dying Light 2. You'll find some new enemies in the form of reskinned arena warriors and some new weapons, but nothing much else has changed with this expansion. Adding more gameplay isn't necessarily a bad thing, and working your way up the ranks of Carnage Hall can be fun, but don't expect anything earth-shattering. Visuals 4 out of 5. Much like the base game, the visuals are pretty excellent here, and we've been playing on Xbox Series X and S as well as PC. There are some flickers here and there, but other than that, the visuals and enemy animations have been great throughout. Bloody Ties arenas are also really well created, exceptionally colourful, and really speak to the dramatic flair of Carnage Hall. Audio 3 out of 5. Voice acting in the title is good in itself, but has been let down slightly by some off-key scripts and awkward wording. As ever, other effects and music are good throughout, taking their lead from the Dying Light 2 base game. Narrative 4 out of 5. There is a decent story here, but it has been set a little with some poor script choices. That said, it's a story which seems to try and add back a little more of the zany and slightly comedic aspects of the first Dying Light, which is quite welcome. Scripting aside, the narrative itself is a welcome addition to the base game, and it is one which I've enjoyed. Replay 4 out of 5. I'd definitely have liked to see a little more in terms of an ongoing league throughout your time with Dying Light 2, but for what you pay here, Bloody Ties certainly adds on a good few hours of game time. Overall, the Pixel Bandits double tap level for Dying Light 2's Bloody Ties DLC is a respectable 7 out of 10. The new DLC does add some new story, and I have to respect the additional hours of gameplay that you get here at a pretty reasonable price. It is Dying Light 2's first story-driven expansion, and it definitely does add to the playtime quite considerably. Sadly, apart from new story and more of the same, there's not really a great deal more than that. Fights in the arena are fun, however, and if you're enjoying Dying Light 2, then it's definitely worth the price to give you some more story to run through, as long as you're not expecting it to be breaking down any barriers. And that's all I've got for you today. Don't forget to check out the extended review at pixelbandits.org, and keep your eyes out for more news, reviews and live streams coming soon. If you can spare enough for a coffee, every donation helps us keep Pixel Bandits ad-free and independent, and either way, we'll see you again very soon, so don't wander too far.